Good afternoon to each and everyone. Welcome to Facts, Not Fiction. I want to first welcome our viewers, our listeners, regionally, locally, internationally. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, first of all, ladies and gentlemen, I understand that the Senate President have since resigned her position as President of the Senate, which will, of course, make way to be elected as the next President of the Twin Island Republic, Trinidad and Tobago. So that is a clear intention, a clear indication as to what would be happening within the next couple of days. So, of course, we have heard all the reasons why Ms. Kangaloo should not be the president, so I would not go on to even utter some of those reasons that the country is all aware of. Every one of us in this Twin Island Republic is quite aware as to why, and therefore, we the people of this Trinidad and Tobago, we have decided to accept what is passing for governance in this country. And if you, the people, have accepted all that we have seen, all that we have heard, all that we have experienced, and still decides to do absolutely nothing but talk, then you must also be prepared to reap what you have sown. And the only reason that you may be able to get something other than what you have sown, it's only by budding and grafting. So you can take a rough-skinned sour lemon plant. You could, of course, bud and graft, and you would be able to get sweet orange from that rough-skinned lemon plant. However, in the political arena, it can never work like that. In the politics, in the political arena, You can only get what you have planted. And when you have planted an evildoer, a shameless individual, a corrupted man, an individual without compassion, a liar, a cheater, then you will only receive, coming out from whoever that individual may be, you will only receive the reward of your labor. It's a very sad day in Trinidad and Tobago when we can have a government that is being controlled by 5 individuals. These 5 individuals are those individuals that continue to make their friends, their finances, and their family rich, while they make you homeless, poor, and beggars. While you have to depend on any form of handouts, I saw a gentleman as I was heading to the studio, standing by the traffic lights at Gulf City, and with a sign mark, single father of 2 children need groceries. Single father of 2 children need groceries. And lower down, while I was passing through Faizabad, I point out to my daughter a guy who was a permanent worker in Petrotrain, stand up by the side of the road, looking as though he has already gone mad, begging. I have seen individuals throughout the length and breadth of this country without any hope, without any direction. I am seeing children without opportunities. I am seeing children, I think, let me go there. But I have seen children who seems as there is no sense of direction. I have seen parents to these children who also seems hopeless, not knowing where the next meal coming from. I have seen people committing all acts of wrongdoing in order to sustain themselves and to put food on the table. I have seen the police kill 2 or 3. A matter of fact, I think they shoot about 3, but 2 is now history. I have seen men killing men by the four, sporadic shooting, 8 injured, 4 injured, 5 injured, 4 dead, 3 dead, 2 dead, and it continues. This society appears to be a society without hope. This society seems to be a society that is running on autopilot. Anything happen, anything goes at any time. Nobody is safe. Nobody is safe anywhere in the privacy of your homes, in your cars, in your gardens. Nobody is safe. I saw recently where they tied up some individuals in their garden and they took their vehicle. One man remained guard to ensure that the vehicle is out of sight, out of might, while he stand guard at the farmers where they were able to release themselves sometime 8, 9 o'clock in the night. We have seen store breaking, shoplifting, home invasions. We have seen a society that is totally out of control. And we are also seeing a society that appears not to care as to where the autopilot will take us. This society seems to just think about their self, not even their family. Think about what I could get to eat, and once my belly is filled, it matters not if the baby is crying for hungry. We are seeing mothers and fathers by the street corner begging. I have seen a lady recently with my daughter outside a Chinese restaurant, crying non-stop. Grandmother, hush your mouth, hush your mouth, hush your mouth. Not even knowing that the child is in dire need of something to eat. What has become ladies and gentlemen, what is going on with us? Where is our heart? Where is our mind? Where is our moral standards? Where is our principle? Where is our love for humanity? Is it to say that we have become so dormant with ideas that our minds are blinded with hatred, that it matters not if we live as dogs in this society once the PNM is in power? Is it to say that you have transformed your minds to the point where you will rather eat your children's future, where you will eat the hopes of your generation to keep the PNM in power? Is it to say, ladies and gentlemen, that you, the people, the citizens of this country, you have decided that because you did not make use, and because you do not have that you will allow your children and grandchildren to live the life that you had lived over the years, to reach the age to get a pension. Are you satisfied, ladies and gentlemen? First of all, with the healthcare system in our society, I have been getting calls from people throughout the length and breadth of this country that they cannot get any medication in our health facilities. Diabetics cannot receive any form of medication. I have experienced last week where my son cut his hand in school. And we took him to the Cipra Health Facility. And I kid you not, we arrived there about 11 a.m. And for Joshua to receive 9 stitches, we left that facility after 5 p.m. It took us 5+ hours for Joshua to see the doctor. On top of that, ladies and gentlemen, that hospital is without any painkillers, any medication. We had to go by the pharmacy to get some painkillers, to get some antibiotic. People, ladies and gentlemen, in this country, what is wrong with you?
Now, Victor, that story you're relating there, that is not a new story. Ever since I know myself, that is how the public health system is. You go in for simple things and you spend up to 8, 10, 12, 16 hours waiting for attention. What confuses me is how come that don't make the news? How come people sit down, accept and tolerate these things? How come you never hear anybody like going outside the hospital with a one-man protest or any kind of thing? So I think you started the show correctly. We just sit by and accept anything.
And that is the point I am making. The point that I'm making is that we, the people of this country, we have I don't want to use that word, But we have become so dotish in society that once it is the party that we support, then we will keep it quiet. We would not expose it. The media, well, let me go on them yet. I will deal with them later on. But you, the people in this country, you call my phone on a daily basis, Mr. Roberts. We cannot get medicine. See that. We can't get this. We can't get that. Pressure in the hospital. We cannot see a doctor. Hours. We had to wait, Mr. Roberts. But my point, ladies and gentlemen, is what are you doing? I am not Jesus. I am not the Savior. I am a human being just as you. And if I could do my part in society to speak on behalf of you, the poor, the oppressed, and the downtrodden, it is you that I speak on behalf of. The rich would not, do not, cannot, would not go through what you are going through on a daily basis. A matter of fact, the members of the party that you support, they don't have to go and line up. They don't have to go and wait 6 hours to see a doctor. They do not have to depend on a handout, a hamper. They do not have to stand up with a sign and tell us that 4 children need food. They have everything going for them by your selection.
As a matter of fact, as you're speaking about hospital, anytime they in any medical difficulties, they are rushed to Sinclair Medical and they are given preferential treatment at the cost of taxpayers. We have even the Prime Minister who goes all the way to some foreign country by allegedly at some family's place and paid for by taxpayers. Now you trying to tell me you waited 9 hours to get 9 stitches. Now there could be reasons for that. Could you have seen any reason? Is it that it had a lot of patients, or is it just that people sitting around doing nothing? Is it that there's no doctors? What? Tell me what.
Well, you would not be able to say or to see because the restrictions is that you wait outside. So it's not like you could go inside and see what is happening. But when you do reach inside, everybody like they lost. We can't find this. We don't have this. What we could use instead. That was some of the discussion because Joshua being underage, I had to accompany him in all the different rooms, the different sections. And it's like, Daddy, we don't have this, we got to substitute. Son, it might hurt a little bit because we don't have this, we got to use this instead. We're not getting the supply things, everything here in a mess. We don't know what's going on. We can't speak out. That is it. The doctors and nurses can't speak out. Some of them on temporary contract. Some of them on month-to-month contract. Some of them, that is the reality. Every health facility that you go in this country, it is the same results.
Well, as you say, you can't speak out. I think you're quite correct. I distinctly remember a foreign doctor made some comments about the unacceptable health situation in Trinidad, and he was promptly removed, fired, and exported back to his country. But Victor, yes, we could highlight as much as we want on these shows and things, but sometimes we are very critical on the people that they're doing nothing. But sometimes, people who know that what could be done needs to lead people into taking action. So, for example, I know you already so disgusted about the treatment meted out to you at the health facility that I understand, and I won't preempt anything right now, but you are seriously thinking about some course of action, right? So maybe one of the things we could do is get appropriate people, because I am wondering, 9 hours wait with a child bleeding, and I heard it was worse than that. I hear he was just bleeding out at the institution, the school that he was at. He was just left there to bleed out, right? And
well, I don't want to go too much into that part, because as you quietly said and rightly said, some action will be coming just now, so you could bypass that part.
Okay, right. So let me go straight into it. And I feel it is about time that people or somebody enlighten us, the ordinary member of the public, as to some of the courses of action, because I wonder whether your right to proper medical attention has been infringed, right? Now, I know the Prime Minister say you have to wean off. But if a man cannot afford, because I understand, to go into these private health institutions, the cost is so high that you just can't go. The average person, I'm not talking about poor people, I'm talking about well-off people who have jobs and things. They cannot afford to go. So they are at the mercy of the public health care facilities. And these are the kind of treatment method out to them. I wonder whether somebody can take legal action against the treatment, because I mean, and we have to put things in place, because right now I am fortunate I hadn't had need to seek medical attention at these public institutions, but I remember having to carry people, and it was an ordeal. You talking about, you to see day changing into night and night changing into day, waiting, and nothing happening. It's not as if it's busy and you see people going in and out and emergency, just nothing happening. And so much so that when you do get taken care of, you're so battered that you're gracious.
And you see, and I hear your point where you are fortunate, but added to that, I have a friend, a personal friend, who worked at Petrotrin. That individual, Archie, paid his contributions to a medical plan for 40 long years. Today, that individual, Archie, have to go and fight up in the hospital, the public hospital, line up, fight up, leave home, all kind of dotish hours in the morning to go to those clinics. Spend whole day after he had paid his contribution to a medical plan for 40 years in Petrotrin by the evil, wicked hands of a prime minister who shut down the oil company. Today, half of those individuals who pay hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical contribution don't know where the money gone, but have to find themselves in the wee hours of the morning to get a number in the public hospital in order to have some treatment. What kind of evil is this?
One of the questions I want to ask is, we have over 1,000 doctors in Trinidad. Many doctors, a lot of doctors work in these hospitals. Some of them may have left the institution. Some of them may have retired. right? So they can't lose their work. They can't get sanctioned for saying anything. How come they don't come out and say, well, look, the reasons why this thing is inefficient in the hospital is because of X, Y, Z? Nobody says nothing. There's a high level of secrecy amongst why this health system is so inefficient.
Archie, you remember COVID-19? You remember I sit right here and speaks of people dying because there is no ventilator for those individuals to go on. How did I get that information, Archie? It is people who confide in me, who work at those health institutions, who cannot disclose what is going on. They found a way to get the information to me. And that is why I had to take the coffin to Dialsing House with a jersey that marked 60 ventilators is unsatisfactory. You could remember that, Archie?
Yes, and I could understand. These are people who currently working in the system, so they cannot divulge. It is always even any place you're working, you really can't go and take the information from inside. You have to leak it out surreptitiously and covertly. But I'm talking about people who would have worked in these health institutions, especially the public health institutions, and they must be professionals, right? I talking about, like, let me say, a 70-year-old doctor who just home relaxing and thing. But he must feel a sense of compassion to his fellow citizens who undergoing those suffering. Because somewhere in a doctor's Hippocratic oath, they must be saying something that they dedicate their life to good medical service to their fellow citizens. How come they don't come out and say, well, you know, the problem in the hospital is X, Y, Z. You need to do so and so. This is why this is happening. You don't have enough doctors. You don't have this. You must be able to say something. You just can't go, get cut in your foot one day, end up in the hospital, and have to wait 16 hours just to get a stitch.
Archie,
right? And people under heavy pain. And I talking about simple cut and thing. It has some people just go there, lie down and dead waiting on attention.
Actually, we had a doctor who came out and spoke of the lack of care in the hospital, the lack of machinery. And what happened with that doctor? I think, I try to remember, wasn't Austin Trinidad, but was under the pandemic. That doctor came out, and you know what the PNM did with that doctor? They make that doctor look like it's a UNC thing. And that is how idiotic the people of this country really, and that is why I start the program by speaking about how wicked and docile and selfish and hate
correct
the people
correct
has become, because these people will come out and speak about what is going on, and instead of the people take the information, they quickly try to shoot it down by saying, that is a UNC doctor, and that is a this doctor. The people who give me the information from Point 14 Hospital, what was happening, where people was dying because there wasn't any ventilator. People were waiting. They could not have taken off the individuals who were there. And even though there were people who were more critical than them, I think I give a story with a particular hospital. I will not share that hospital, where someone was removed off a ventilator and someone was put on, and the person who was removed off died, and today the person who was on the ventilator, I think I give it an experience.
Yes, and you say he's feeling how up
he just feel
how, knowing that because that man was his friend, the medical person was his friend. Take it off of another man to save him, and he ended up getting saved, and the other man did.
No, this is something that individual cannot come out and speak. And well, they can't ask me who is that the fast. They could send 10 million police by me, they could never know who is that individual. But the point I'm making is, this individual was tempted, and I tell him, I say, hey, you can't go that way, because as you go that way, you put yourself, you put your friend, you put everybody in jeopardy. I mean, a life was lost. That is the facts. That is reality. But this is what is happening. You cannot come out and speak out against what is going on within not only the health sector, Within any institution in this country, you cannot come out and speak out because the government have a way of deeming you a UNC. There are some idiotic, dotish, pighead, senseless individuals who will jump up on the same bandwagon and say, yeah, that's a UNC doctor, and that's a UNC nurse, and that's a UNC this and a UNC that. First, these people have become so dotish in their thinking that they cannot see beyond race, they cannot see beyond party, they cannot see reality. Actually, we had 4,000 plus deaths with COVID, and people still congratulating Terrence Idiot Dial Singh, 4,000 plus, and people still standing up and say Terrence did a very excellent job. That is how naive the people have come in this country, because this what they are seeing is race and party.
Correct. Because I noticed with the 600 murders, the PNM or the government was able to successfully pass off that as saying you could imagine if UNC was in charge, it would have been more than that. That and these people buy that and take that.
Brother, let me tell you something. We's about 17 today. We have about 28 murders already. Today's about the 17th. We have about 28 murders there about already. And let me tell you something. The people in this country don't care about that anymore. The people don't care about life or death. The people them have no mercy. The people them have no remorse. The people and them have no love. You cannot tell me that we have this health sector in this country going down the drain, and yet the citizens of this country will go and line up from morning till evening, in some case overnight, and they are comfortable with that. They are comfortable with that. I spoke of a friend of mine's who paid over 40 years of contribution, and today that friend have to go and fight and jump up and push and squeeze to get some kind of service. On top of that, my friend have to get a prescription to go in the pharmacy. To get simple things like diabetic tablets. Simple things. Nothing in the health facility. And people yet supports that. People still comfortable with that. He is only one. What about the hundreds of those petrolchemical workers who pay their dues, contribute to the medical plan? So when they get at this age where everyone would expect, as age comes, sickness also comes with it. Pay their plan, expecting that when sickness should ever reach at their doorstep, that they would be able to be dealt with according, not free. They have paid their dues. And today, because of a reckless criminal government, these petrolchemical workers have no clue where the money gone and what is the end result. Some of them already die. Some of them already dead. No hope. I mean, come on, people. But you people tolerate that in this country. You people tolerate that. You just waiting for Rowley to bring the next distraction for you to jump on Facebook and text, oh, Rowley move Hines. Rowley put Gaspy Dolly as deputy political leader. That your business? What are doing for you? All kind of dotish posts and meme and green and beam and everything. Like that go fix the problem. Rowley, he moved Hines. Hines was deputy leader, he moved him. That go do something for you. That go fix the crime situation. That go make all the more safe home. That will save all the life, man. Don't worry. Rowley move Hines as deputy political leader of the PNM, and that will make all you safe again. You understand? That will stop home invasion. That will stop robbery. That will stop carjacking. That will stop everything. Don't worry. Just type up that. Rowley move Hines and put gas speed Dolly. Just pop that. Type that and that will fix the problem. That is Trinidad and Tobago. All you remind me of a certain family. All you fast. Everything all you want to know. Everything all you want to know. That will fix the problem. Sit down home in all your house, that will fix the problem. I want to ask DL Singh here today. DL Singh, you entire failed this country. You entire the amount of life lost under your watch, DL Singh. So all you don't have no honor then. All you have no honor. All you have to wait for somebody to fire all you, or somebody to drop a coffin by all the doorstep, or for somebody to ask all you to go. All you have no honor. All you know if all you can't do the job. All you know it's time to resign. All you don't know that. What it is about this job that all you can't do but all you holding on to. What about it? What about this job, this political job, that all you is incompetent to function, but yet all you hold on to that with all your life? Is it the tax break every 2 years? Is it to say the monthly salary? Is it because of the level of corruption, the kickbacks? That way it is?
But Victor, it had more people very critical of you putting a coffin outside the man's house than people being critical of people dying under DL Singh's watch.
Those individuals actually don't even help my adrenaline to pump. There is none and void. Those individuals who feel this and feel that, I doesn't even have time with them. I doesn't even want to waste time with them actually. Because let me tell you something. They are the ones that have the country in the problem, because you know what they're good at? They're good at assessing your ability. They're good at accessing the level of your behavior in terms of standing up for the people. That's what them good for. They always look for somebody to pull down for them to look good. So I doesn't waste time with them. I don't care who have a problem with me. I don't care who vex that I carry a coffin by the Alsing house. I don't care. That is the least of my problem. They don't even. The other day some man calling, remember, this coffin you told and all kind of people dying and things. I don't let media talk. I don't have time with them. You understand? Because let me tell you something. They are so blinded and short-sighted that they cannot see the real problem. So they see everybody who tries to fight against the problem as the problem. So you fighting against the ills of the PNM, they see you as the problem. You fighting against the ills in the UNC, they see you as the problem. You fighting against the ills in health, they see you as the problem. You fighting against the ills in finance, they see you as the problem. Those are the people in this country, Archie, that you could never get away from. So I consider those persons to be my strength. The more you talk about me, is the more strong I get. That is why I get my strength. Keep talking about Victor Roberts. My strength comes by that. And your weakness will always show up. You know why? Because I am able to stand up what you cannot stand up to. I am able to stand up against the PNM and the ills, wicked, evil behavior of those who lead in the PNM. I am able to stand up against that. I am able to stand up against that all the time, every time. And this is one of the problems in Trinidad and Tobago. You people will continue to live in a tutu pit, and yet you will still light a Christmas tree. You will live in a pit of filth, and you will light your Christmas tree, and you might pop lights too. You're hungry, you can't even eat a bulb. But you want people to believe things nice. No, Victor Roberts, not me. What is a spade is a spade. What is a shovel is a shovel. What is a rake is a rake. And what is a fork is a fork. And that is what it is with me. Matters not what you think, what you feel. This country, you people in this country, you are the contributing factor to the demise of your own children. You are the contributing factor to the lack of development of your own children. You are the contributing factor to the destruction of this country, because you have utilized your ego. You have utilized your sixth sense. You have utilized something that no part of the world they will utilize to make a decision to carry a country forward. And that is what you utilizing. The part of your brain that is dead. That is what you're using. It's only a dead brain will support this government with what this government is doing, which is licking up your children, the future of your children. It's only a dead brain will stand up and say, great is this government. It's only a dead brain will get up and go and vote for a government who continues to destroy your own family. All these sick people, boy. All they had to be sick people. I could never imagine people who boast about education. People who feel they're bright. Who put their tongue between their teeth. People who believe that they have the degrees, diplomas, subjects, and yet they still dotish. You know why? Because they have no brain. Because the brain is dead. So they are allowing a dead party to kill everybody. But it didn't go kill me. And it have some like me that it wouldn't kill. We will stand up, we will speak out, and we will fight for what is right. And this is what I am calling the poor, the oppressed, and the downtrodden to do. I am calling on you to stand up with me. Stand up with me and let us fight together. Because the fight, ladies and gentlemen, it is already on your doorstep. We have to fight together. You must benefit from the wealth of this country. You must benefit from the public purse. You must benefit from the resources. I say it already and I'll say it again. It is about time the poor, the oppressed, and the downtrodden understand what it is to have money in the pocket. How dumb and dunce and dotish all you could be to have a little group, an elite group of individuals living fancy, driving fancy, eating fancy, wearing fancy, spending fancy, saving fancy, and all you have nothing. All you have is a vote. All you have is the finger. That is all you have, and them giving all you the finger. All them doing is getting all you the finger steady. All you have nothing else. I remember Kamla Prasad Bisesa in 2012, the UNC. People's Partnership, anyhow you want to call them, started to regularize squatters. As Rowley come in, he started to break all it down. And where he start? Where he start? He started in Labre, the home of the PNM. Break down all your house in Palo Seco. Earmark to lick up all your own government. The who all you vote for. That is what all you get from the PNM. Welcome, caller. Welcome, caller.
Yes, this is the Silver Fox.
Go ahead, Fox, boy.
No, I trying to understand. I trying to understand Trinidadians. I'm trying. Because we just sit down there like sheep and letting Rowley and 22 people, 22 men, turn me upside down. I am so sad. I'm sad right now because people like Philip Alexander, just imagine, Gary Griffith, all of them could have joined with Camilla. They could have joined with Camilla and let me put a force outside there and stop Rowley. But all of them want power. They're power hungry. And if the president swear in, none of them has seen the reins of power in Trinidad and Tobago again unless we have an uprising. They're not understanding. They have no power to get that woman turned president. It's time. We should be on the road. We should be on. Where we barely always starting to buy costume for carnival. Carnival has come and go. After carnival, most of we hungry. What is wrong with us, Trinidadians and Tobagonians? We have the children. We are with grandchildren. We will be in a dictatorship. Idi Amin went into a dictatorship. If Amin wants your daughter, you can't stop Amin from getting your daughter. If Rowley turned dictator here and Rowley want your daughter, I think you could stop him? After Carnival come here, Rowley and them go call and say he have so much COVID in the place, they're going to put you on a state of emergency. They're going to put me on a state of emergency and they're going to call for election because we have no choice. And they're going to win back again because it's them controlling everything. Oh God, Trinidadians, only open all your eyes and see. Open all your eyes, open all your eyes, open all your ears. Its time is here right now. By weekend, we should be on the road. By weekend, we should be on the road. Not dancing for carnival, but protesting to get Rowley out. We want election and we want election now. What we waiting for? We would not be able to even be ourselves. And if we continue like that, all who talking against Keith Rowley might be on the firing squad someday. We might be on the firing squad because they got dictatorship. What are you waiting for? What is next? The price of progress has to be high. We have to have progress. We want freedom. Look what we was before. We could have sing welcome to Tobago, land of silver and calypso. Now we can't even welcome nobody. We can't welcome nobody again. Oh God, Trinidad and Tobagonians, all you open all your eyes. Get up from all your slumber. Get up from all your sleep. All you understand what is going on, but because the man black, he could do anything. That is not right. If you want your children to be good, you have to train them, and you only need to be trained. Oh God, Trinidadians, thank oh God, help us all. We are no Moses to save us. All we have to come out there. We have to have that belly to come out. What, oh God, thank God, help us, Lord. We are in a failed place, a failed state, Trinidad and Tobago. Nobody is getting up. Everybody is just talking. Same thing over and over and over. And no result, because that cannot save us. We have to do it in person. We have to go out there in person. We have to take back our land in person. And we have to live free in person. Thank you.
Thank you, Fox.
Boy, I think Fox makes sense with one of his contribution there, boy. He spoke about all these other third parties, the Philip Alexanders, all these people who have these third parties. Now, I watch them, and they're doing some work, and they have passionate contributions. But the thing is, all these little splinters, all they do is enable the PNM to win, right? And it's about time they pool the resources and come to the major party. Because if you're really seriously interested in getting rid of the PNM. You cannot do it with all these little splinter parties that sometimes they don't even get 2 votes. So I wonder whether their wife and their family not even voting for them. And sometimes they go in these marginal seats and split the votes. And it enables the PNM, right? I understand it have about 6 alternative political parties outside there, and I understand that a big one is coming in about 2 months' time, right? Basically, it is COP reinvented, coming with the same players, and all they do is fantasize that they could be the next NER and these kind of things, but it's not going to happen. It will not happen. History has shown over about 7 or 8 times that these third parties split the votes and PNM run away with the seats, right? So Fox is quite correct when he said that these fellas need to join up, right? And this thing about unite, that's a practice of dividing, right? But they're saying that they should unite. And all these people who just say, why Kamala don't go out and meet these people? Kamala is there as a major force, and she's always inviting these people, right? So I think Fox hit one of the nails on the head there, right? Remember, before the show started, I was saying, one of the sure thing is for election for people to just vote out Rowley. Because Rowley is going to control all these institutions, control all these things. But when the people unite in a massive way, PNM is very beatable.
Archie, these 2 splinters, I am telling you here today that these 2 splinters is not about country. These 2 splinters is only about power, Archie. Power. When you, as an individual, you cut off Fox, Archie, or the phone still on again, a feedback. Right. Right. When you, as an individual, decide to fight for country, you will fight for country come what may. When I examine all these 3rd splinters, who resigned 5 times already, who feel that they could bring a new party, and who feel and all that they better drink Andrews, all that is just dotish feeling. When you're ready to fight for country, you have to join with the majority of forces in order to defeat the common enemy. So all these so-called 3rd splinters, who I go fix this and I go fix that, and I want to be prime minister and I the next prime minister, and I have this front and that back and this side and all them set of dotish thing with me at time with here this evening. It is all about power, political power for themselves. They believe that they have something to bargain with, because you figure they don't know. They know very well, Archie, that the opposition seats remain intact. They know that. They hoping to see if they could capture something by some good luck, to have a bargaining chip, to say, well, look, I want this. That's what it is about, It's about, I want this. That's all what this third splinter is about. I want this. I want a bargain. Give me this. I go give him support. That's all it is about. This is not them third splinter. It's not a country thing, Archie. That is a personal, individual thing. That is individuals who looking for power. That is individuals who feel that they should have some kind of authoritative power in decision making. If you really want to fight, you have to join with the biggest fighter. You have to join with the closest entity who is able to defeat the PNM. And the entity which is able to defeat the PNM, it is United National Congress. So everybody else who talking about third, and I go fix it, and I go fix it, and I go fix what? Pack of rubbish, hogwash. All that is about power, political ambition. All that is about, I want a piece of the pie. This is not about piece of the pie, Archie. The pie must go to the country. The pie must go to the citizens. The citizens must benefit from the pie. It's not Victor must want a piece of pie. It is about the country. And if all of us talking that we are fighting for country, then we will have no power coming together and fight for country. Fighting internal, it will have its time for that, Archie. People don't like when I talk, Fighting for leadership, it will have its time. And let me say this one time. There is some who play in the Kobo politics. Kobo politics, Archie, is waiting for the prey to die. There is some who play in the Kobo politics, even in the UNC, play in the Kobo politics, waiting patiently. They will not fight as we know they could fight. They will not stand up as we know they could stand up. They will not express as we know they could express. And that is the sad reality. So all these third entities, all these third splinter, which I like that name splinter, there is also to help divide the spoil. There is also there to keep the pressure on so that the Kobo could pick the prey and weaken the prey to get the prey out of the way. That is what it is about. So when I hear all of them talk about country and country and country, the entity that is available, the closest entity to remove the PNM is the UNC. You could jump high, you could jump low, you could jump off a cliff and all with that. Jump off the cliff if you want, go off the northern range and jump off too. That is the reality. So all this politicking and all this, whoever might be helping finance the third splinter and them, and whoever choking the third splinter, and whoever paying the third splinter, I am saying to the end of the day, all that is waste of time. And I want to even go further. I think that some people need to get up and realize that everything have its time and its place, Archie. Archie, you could be desirous of being a leader in the morning. Nothing is wrong with that. Your ambitions could be to be the leader of the UNC. Nothing wrong with that. Just as your ambitions could be the leader to lead the PNM. Nothing wrong with that. But here what I would not accept. Here what I not taking. You see the Kobo politics and the cutthroat politics and the stab in the back politics. Victor Robertson want no part of that. You want we fight? Let we fight. You want to oppose the leadership? Let we oppose the leadership. But it has to be done the right way. Don't come with no shotgun behind nobody back and tie no string and hope that they pass and they mash the string and they shoot themselves. I not in that. We have to fight the battle to save this country. And to fight the battle, we have to stick with the party and fight the battle. So jumping out of the party and bad talking the party, if you feel that will fix the problem, you go ahead and stay there and bad talk the party. But if you believe you want to fight in the party, which is a democratic process, Archie, I believe in democracy. And I have no problem with anybody who want to contest the leadership at the UNC. I have no problem with anybody, but it has to be done the way the constitution of the party say it must be done. Don't feel you could jump outside and utilize your force and your mouth and your dirty linen and your partner and your influencers to do otherwise. Fight in the party. That is where I had to fight. And I also want to say tonight that I have no problem with no ex-member of the UNC who choose to come back in the UNC, Archie. Victor Roberts has no problem with that. And I don't care who have a problem with that. That is not my problem. I don't care who have a problem. You want to come back in the UNC? That is your choice. Come back in the UNC. Let us strengthen the party and let us take this country out of the wicked, evil hands of the people who now rule the country. That is my position. I make it clear for everybody to understand. So nobody have to go behind my back and say, we feel this or Victor. I saying it for everybody to hear. I saying it. I don't pell stone and put my hand behind my back. I have no problem with people people contesting any position in the party. That is what the constitution of the party says. That is your right. I have no problem with it. But don't play no shotgun and no cutthroat, and don't play a circlet in the air like the Kobo and just waiting. Fight like a man. Put your hand in the ring like a man. That is democracy. That is what the democratic process, that is what the constitution states. And I am one of the individuals who will stand by it. I am going to stand by the constitution, Archie. That is what it's there for. So nobody can influence me otherwise. Nobody. That is the bottom line. All who want to come back into the UNC, the door is open. The door is open. You hide your foot, you hide your hand, you hide your mouth. Come back and let we do what we have to do to save this country. If you want to stay out there and only talk a pack of rubbish, kamla, then you stay there and talk that dotishness. But you want to come back and let we work together and fight it, I am saying that the constitution gives you the right to do so. And once the constitution gives you the right to do so, nobody can say otherwise. That is my Victor Roberts position. So I hope I make that quite clear. Because this fight is not about Kamala. This fight is not about Kamala Prasad Bisasa. This fight is about all of us and our children. This fight is about we grandchildren. That is what this fight is. This is not about Kamala. This is not about who like Kamala or who don't like Kamala. This is not about who like me or who don't like me. Because as a matter of fact, I don't care who don't like me. Me no handsome guy. Me no pretty dude. So you like me? Alright, good. But you don't like me is a matter of your choice. That's your right too. That is your right. So you don't like me. A matter of fact, you don't even want to talk to me. If you feel you don't want to talk to me, then just don't talk to me. Where's the big thing? But that doesn't mean to say we ain't going and fight together. We fighting together. That's the kind of man I is. You rather talk to me for me to fight. I end up in all kind of bacchanal fighting for people who I even know. Actually, I think I maybe gave this story at time. I see a man beating a woman by Gulf City some years ago. Years. Whop slap she fall down. It had a place upstairs they call high RPM them days. You're going up the step and they're going up then again beer and a mug to drink. So you get a $10 beer, you get a whole mug of beer. So a man rather go there. I go on there, I see the drink a beer like everybody else. And I seen everybody running by the glass and people opening the door and watching out. So I said, let me see what happening outside too. When I come outside, I see a man hitting a woman some serious bellas. When she fall down, he picks she up. Bam slap. People in the ball, woo! Actually, I start to walk down this step. That didn't concern me. Me know none of them, you know. That didn't concern me. Me know none of them. I walk down the people's step. I say, that should have been my sister. He said, what you do? I go on it and slap Archie, bam slap. You know I go to hit him the second one. You know, them days they have police used to walk through Gulf City. 2 police used to be patrolling in Gulf City them days. You know I go to cork him the second one, I find like somebody holding my hand. I say, let me go and pull, so I see a police hat fall off. You know your partner they go on with in the station. You know it's a good thing the woman who was getting the licks go on to the station. And when she reached in the station, that time was a little board building. They had the CID as a little board building right on the promenade. You know that is the woman who come and say, this man saved me. The police say, well, sorry, we make a mistake. They say, well, take the handcuff off of he. They did send the man who get the bellas there to go by the doctor because they wanted to charge me, you know. But when the woman come and they see the condition, the woman, she gets stitches all in she mouth. They tell me, take the handcuff off of him and let him give you a statement there. Give a statement. I say, which better go and pee? They say, go on the side. That time, you're walking down on the side to go in the back by the urinal. Actually, I walk on the side, I take a taxi and I go on home, you know. So I say that to say this. I fight for people that I even know them. They ain't even concern me. But I never stand up and see advantage, Archie. My father teach me that. That is one of the things my father teach me. Never stand up and see advantage. And I think I tell you recently that about this boy in my son's school who autistic, and how the students just pass and hit him Marty on the nose and hit him on the ears and pull the ears and all kind of thing. And actually I tell my son, I said, Joshua, your work in school is to defend that autistic child. Defend that child. That is your work. Don't stand up and see people advantage people who can't help themselves. And that is where I come in. I am not going to stand up and see our government advantaging our country, advantaging people. The only difference is that you could help yourself. That's the only difference. You can help yourself out of the situation. But I am doing what I have to do. I am doing my part. And that is why I say I don't care who like me or who don't like me. Because what I'm doing is not for fame. What I'm doing is not for you to like me. What I am doing is standing up for what is right in Trinidad and Tobago. And I am standing up on behalf of all the children who cannot stand up for themselves. That is my mission. So I doesn't care who like me or who don't like me. All you could stand up for yourself. I am willing to help all you, but all you ain't helping all yourself. So if all you ain't help all yourself, what will you believe? What will you believe? The time by higher RPM pass, you feel like going and get myself in bacchanal for no reason. You feel like going to get myself in bacchanal for no reason. Boy, people, you better get real in this country. All you better get real. All you could do something. All you could stand up. Stop bickering. All who want power. Power is there, but power out of control. You know what it is? Chaos. And that is what we have in this country. We have people holding power who is out of control. And when people who is out of control have powers in their hand, it will only bring destruction to the society. And that is what you are experiencing. You are experiencing a type of destruction that you have never seen before. Simply because people have power. A man have power that he never expected he would have had. He never expected that he would have ever had that power. And now that the power is in his hand, it is only chaos because the power is being utilized the wrong way. The power is being utilized in a manner that will bring destruction to you. And that is what you're not seeing. You paying attention to all the idiotic talk. You paying attention to how he can captivate your mind with old talk. And who want to declare war and he go declare peace. And you run with that. Rowley can't spell. You run with that. You run with that now. Rowley playing with all you like a top. He wrapping that cord right around all you and he pelting all you and spin all you whenever he want. He distract all you, he mama guy all you, he embarrass all you. He grease all you when he ready. And all you running for that. And when he ready, he just pull you back in like a yo-yo. Send the yo-yo out there, he pull it back, he flip it here, and he put it to sleep. When he ready, he pick it up. And all you running behind that. That is what all you running behind. All you not seeing the reality of all your circumstance. All you not seeing the reality that all you living in. All you not even seeing that all you ain't going nowhere. More than dung. All you believe that all you going up the ladder. While I know was up the ladder and down the snake. But it looked like all you going down the ladder and down the snake too. Everybody who was on top coming down. All who was on top coming down. All who had a little bit to take away from them. And yet all they're doing is study to bicker and fight and who want to lead and who want authority and who want this and who want to be prime minister and who want to be all kind of thing. But nobody want to be the man to stand up for the poor, the oppressed and the downtrodden. No, they don't want to be that. Everybody want to ride in fancy Prados and expensive vehicles. That's why everybody want to ride in. Everybody want to drive Corvette and Mustang and sports model this and sports model that. That is what everybody want. Dress up in fine linen, expensive suits. That is what people concerned about. Some people, you think they're concerned where they are today? They're happy. They're comfortable where they are. You, the poor people in this country, you want to wake up. You want to get up out of that sleep. That coma that they put you in. The indoctrination. That they indoctrinate all you. All you have to come out of that. Come out and see life real. Come out of the bubble that they place over all you. Trying to get a pin and burst that bubble from inside. All where everybody talking, Rowley going to appoint his president. He going to appoint his president. All the talk and babblings and babblings and babblings. He going to appoint his president. You understand what I'm telling you? He going to do what he wants to do. Because you give him the authority to do it. He didn't just take the authority, you know. You give him the authority. Other section here to get into. But I will have to get into that section on the next live. You give the authority to Rowley to do what he wants in this country. You do it. And the only people to fix it is you. It's only you could fix the problem that now exists in this country. You feel you have a couple of dollars left and you're well off? You feel you're well off? All this idiotic consultation talk with RIC and all this one and that one and that one and this one and that one. All that talk. They're going to do what they want to do until you intervene. All the bills going to raise. Consult what? Consultation what?
Well, actually, the consultation is in process right now, and I'm getting some feedback that it have a lot of commotion up there. I hear the people real kicking fuss and kicking brass.
And they could kick how much brass they want, actually. This government doing exactly what they want to do. That is this government. This government will do anything they want to do, whether the people agree or the people disagree, until the people demonstrate their disagreement, not by texting, not by talking, but by lawful legal action. And that lawful legal action actually is two birds that are just killed. One is in the courts of Trinidad and Tobago, and the other one is the presence on the streets. Lawful legal action. Outside of that, or they just spitting hot air.
That I fully support you with those two pieces of action. I mean, I just be asking a set of rhetorical questions, but them is some of the answers I would like to hear. One, legal action, and two, action on the streets. I've been watching the developments around the world right now. China's dictatorship is in existence for hundreds of years. Right now they're shaking because them Chinese take to the streets. So the CCP is shaking there right now. Russia is another one. Russia playing the fighting war and doing all kind of thing. But right now, the mothers of the sons that are being killed, they coming out, and Putin is very uncomfortable.
You know why, actually?
In Belarus, over 100,000 people come out in the square and protest against the president. And that's shaking.
And in Trinidad and Tobago, how much come out? 200.
About 200.
300.
Well, listen. There is, I understand, a group of people that is planning a demonstration for Friday, right? And via this medium, I am telling you about that. And I want to see how much people will come out there and show their dissatisfaction, right? And I am telling you, no government likes people protesting. And this is why Rowley is trying his best to suppress any kind of protest. Right? So, I'm telling you, people have to come out. They have to come out.
Actually, we have some lawyers in this country that I know is quite capable. We have some lawyers
like Kyle.
that I know is quite knowledgeable.
Like Kyle.
We have some lawyers who know the Constitution. But we also have some lawyers who is very corrupt. We have some lawyers. Take it. Welcome, Kola.
Good night.
Good night, sir.
Nice program, but concerning the protest, man, I'll just make a good attempt to go protest the police stop it. I mean to say, there's nothing in the right place for us. You just can't come out and come to protest and police come and stop it at the moment it's going to start.
Mm-hmm. So what's your suggestion, Kola? Give me a suggestion. You hear me, Machi?
Yes, he's there. Yes.
Kola, you hear me?
Yeah.
What you would like to see before you come out and protest?
I would certainly like all the good lawyers that represent you guys, that put every single thing in place so when you start, there's nothing to stop you.
Okay, lawyer. Okay, Kola, very well. And you are right.
Yes, he is correct.
You is right. You are right,
He's very
Kola.
correct.
Very well. So we will have that prepared, sir, because I am telling you, I, Victor Roberts, I am not just a talker. I always like to put my talk into action. So we will have that done very soon. Thanks for your contribution. And I'd say that's a brilliant call. And the caller is quite right. So we will do what have to be done. And after, we will see. You see, I want to be careful treading with what I'm going and say, actually.
I know in about a week time you might be able to talk a little freer.
Right. So, let me wait still. I'm waiting still. But actually, you correct. We have some lawyers that is very knowledgeable. But one of the problems, let me tell you something. Why you think all these senior lawyers would have supported Reginald Lyon Amor after they know that he lied on the affidavits, after it's a breach of the code of ethics? And let me tell him why, actually. The corruption is so deep, and the love for money is so blatant that here what? They will support. All right, let me hold a sticking up in there. If was Kyle Taklal Singh who went and lied on oath, you believe that these lawyers who supported Reginald Amor would have stand up and supported Kyle? And I will answer the question. The answer is no, because Kyle is not in a position to put money in the pocket. He is not in a position. But when you have an attorney general who is the legal guardian of the state, who will have briefs going out by the hundreds, when you love money, when you are corrupt in your thoughts, you would support something like that. You will support. And actually, I am telling you, the great support that this man had from senior councils, they in support for free, you know.
No. And when they get their big money and they're living it up in a nice fancy car and thing, when the you know what hit the ceiling and things get real bad in Trinidad, from Rowley go straight down to all of them. They're taking up the money and they're going into the Miami apartment.
They're taking the investment and they're moving.
European apartment and thing. And the same stupid who balling, yeah. Them to catch and stay down here. That's how Haiti and thing get so, right? So these people want to play the supporting these people. But they know when that thing hit the ceiling, they will be living in it.
But and actually, that is what I am trying to tell the people of this country. You know,
I know that.
I am trying to tell you. I just like to come here and talk. I try to help the people to understand in this country that there's a consequence for the action that is taking place by the government. And the consequence is not the government going to feel it. It is you, the taxpayer, you, the police officer, you, the army man, you, the turnkey, the prison officer, you, the doctor, you, the nurse, you, the lawyer, you, the citizens. Is you going to feel it? That is what it is. Is you going to feel it? You already feeling it. You not safe nowhere. That is a big indictment on your democracy, that you are not safe in your own home, while the state is responsible for your safety, while the resources of the state must and should be utilized to have you sleeping and resting comfortable at night. You will understand that you is who going to pay the price. The price is not for Rowley to pay. The price is not for Kamala to pay. It's you want to pay the price. And that is why when you select a leader, you have to select a leader that will bring the appropriate policies in place to secure you, to have a better standard of living, to provide job opportunities, to ensure that the healthcare is well furnished and well oiled, that your health can be looked at in a timely manner. That is what it is about. Welcome, caller.
Yes, good evening to you and Mr. Archie. I want to raise a point that was really shocking to me. In December 10th of 2022, based on the people's announcement of COVID and all this drama, they say they detected 4 cases of the Omicron XBB. Okay? No problem. But you wait from December 10th, 2022 to come this week on here in January to announce the virus here? So how it was spreading all this time? What is his plan? You know why I'm upset about this. There's not in another country. He would have to step down. The media would have been on the case for exposing the public to this kind of thing.
Correct.
You understand? You can't have a disease. And right now I'm now getting information more and more from other sources that it has nothing here on the media telling people about nothing. You understand? And this is disgusting now. The other thing you talk about democracy. I watching a case now going on with Biden in America concerning some classified information.
Yeah.
And this is what democracy is about. Democracy has his own party people, his own fellow Democrats, calling for an investigation too, although they are of the same party. They have the same thing happening with Republicans. You understand? When somebody go off, they have a Republican called Santos. They're putting out their very own party, putting out for lying. Right? And he and I both nothing that he lied about himself in writing an autobiography or something like that. Right? So that is the check and balance democracy has. What we have in Trinidad is no democracy.
Correct.
We are harsh.
Correct.
Kill 1,000, by the way, 12 dead today. And today is the highest for so far. We get 500 cases today. Right? So this is the kind of daughter stress that people just be, I just be stressed, you know. Because of them, every time something I can't believe it. I don't know how low we have to think again. So in this period, let me wish you actually a blessed and wonderful evening.
Thank you, caller. And actually, you could hear the passion in that caller voice. Well, it's 1 minute past 8, Archie, and we'll have to leave it there. I want to remind the folks that Senator Anel Roberts will be on tomorrow, Wednesday. douglAr Politics will be back up and running.
Yes.
And
douglAr will be back.
Yes,
Anxious to come on. You know, a lot of unfortunate circumstances culminated in him not being able to have the show. I know a lot of people were, complaining that, Anel not there. But a lot of circumstances arose. But I want to give you the assurance we are preparing for the show tomorrow.
Take the call now.
Right.
Welcome, caller. Hello?
Hello, good night.
Yes, caller, go ahead.
Mr. Roberts, this is our first time caller here.
Yes, sir, welcome.
Very good program, sir. I just would like to highlight that the government spoke about $1,000 one-time transportation grant for the pensioners and the public assistance recipients and the disability and all of that. We're not hearing anything about that anymore. Is it that that was just a fly-by-night promise, or what it is?
So I'll make some inquiries into that for your caller, and I will answer the question on the next program.
Okay, thank you very much. Mr.
All right,
Roberts.
sir. Thank you for
very
your
good
call.
job.
Thank you very much.
Take care.
Shin, take a note of that, right? So I'll make some inquiries into it. So, of course, the douglAr will be here tomorrow, please God, at 7:30 it is, actually, or 7?
7:30 tomorrow.
7:30 tomorrow, please God. So, tune in. What else we have, Archie?
Well, your show will be on Friday.
Friday.
I don't know what format you're going to take.
Take the call. Still here. Welcome, caller.
Hello, good night.
Good night, sir.
Archie.
Yes, good night. I hear you.
Yes, good night, sir. I would like to come in before your cruise there.
Come back with that.
Yeah, I would like to talk to Victor before your cruise there.
Yeah, I hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yes, Victor, good night.
Good night, sir.
Also with Archie. Starting with Arima Hospital, Victor. The doctors and nurses are real professional down there. We go into the pharmacists and them. The pharmacist and them is real waste of time there. You're not getting no medication. Yeah, we're not getting no medication for the heart. I went to St. Joseph, same thing.
Well, caller, the problem may not be the pharmacist.
Yeah.
If they don't have the medicine, they can't give you. Because right in Sipar, we have to go by the drugstore and get simple painkillers because there is none in the facility. So it's not really the pharmacist. If the government doesn't provide the drug, then
Yeah.
right. So if they don't provide the drug, you wouldn't get it.
Well, the problem may not be the farmers. If they don't have the medicine, they can't give you.
Yeah, I went to from Arima.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I went from Arima. I went to St. Joseph. St. Joseph, I went to Montu. From Montu, I went to Chaguanas. From Chaguanas, I went to St. James today. And nothing at all. You're not getting no medication for the heart at all. And the worst, actually, and the worst, Victor, is the time, 8:47, the druggists and them come and sit down in their vehicle And they're coming out. They're coming out. When they do come out, they're coming out with a problem. They're coming out with a problem that they don't have workers.
Wow.
You should do a live, man. Take out your phone and do a live.
All right, caller, thank you.
Yeah, in it.
Thank you very much for the information, caller. So folks will know not to even waste time to go to those facilities to get any form of drug because of the situation. My friend went to San Fernando today, and I am telling you, he had to go super farm and get his medication after. And that is the reality. That's the sad reality. And while people want to play games with themselves, people continue to die in the hospital because of a lack of medication. And it seems that there is no end to that situation until you put an end to the government. So here is where we will leave it tonight, Archie.
I have a political cemetery. It's not for people like you and me. It is for all them politicians. And I dig in their grave, no fuck with me hand. I find some of them, they living too long. And every 5 years it's the same old song. Some of them dead, just shame to lie down. So I prepare for them a burial ground. Rowley, my first grave for he. With joy in my heart, put him down with glee. All of them useless politicians, only making up numbers in my island. Al-Rari, I refuse body. I leave them Muslim, them to deal with he. Big smile on my face and with me bare hand. It's time to move trash from out of this land. In but I taking my time with he. I personally will prepare his body. Make sure he have a sardonic grin on his face. That's all he does do, that man is a waste. Bury in the back of my cemetery. Turn he upside down, he face I can see. Look for the strongest grave digger to cover he. Not with the hand, put good fork on he. Gypsy, political grasshopper. I may feel little pity cause he's my brother. But like Tarzan, he's swinging from vine to vine. It's time I help you to make up your mind. Fitzgerald, Rasta City, I know they go glad to get the body. Resi on beat and down fall to see. Drink 2 beers and watch Coco get happy. I don't care all who go vex with me, but Kamala I not ready to bury. She is a strong, determined woman like me, and deserve a chance to run this country. When she in power, I don't go hungry. And Calypsonian does get big money. She don't deserve no spot in my cemetery. I putting she in the center of the city. Paula, you too damn lazy.